Gerald says, no matter how much I try to forget her, but it hunts me 24/7. No, it doesn't hunt you. You hunt you. It's all about believing your thoughts. Let's see, do I have any answer on that? Let me just go try to take a look. All right. Natalie says, oh, she must have said something before that, so I gotta go find that. I guess maybe I just carry on and see the next question. Olga says, guys, is it lagging only for me? So maybe some of you can answer her that. Is it also lagging for you, or lagging picture or sound? Most of them said the sound and picture both are good. My screen is frozen anyhow. On this computer is always frozen. But everybody else, when I asked them, they said all works fine today. So maybe it's the bandwidth, Olga. All right. So we now go to Danielle. Danielle says, hi Mehran, you helped me a lot after my breakup, and I want to thank you for all your knowledge sharing. You're enjoying your tea. And did you experience a breakup yourself? Who hasn't? I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't break up. Of course, everybody breaks up. You know, the one who doesn't break up is the one who meets a girl, marries a girl, and that's it. But nobody, unless you've married the first girl that you met, everybody breaks up. Because if you're a heterosexual male and heterosexual female, which I'm only talking about one kind of relation because I can't know about all relationships. So let's say I'm talking about a heterosexual male, my experience. So when you're at a certain age, a very young age, you fall in love. But when it doesn't work, or it does work because you're so young, or she doesn't know about it, or you know about it, or and it doesn't work. But do you expect it? Let's say first you fall in love, I don't know, 5-year-old, 12-year-old, 13-year-old, whatever it is, for different people, different ages. But what do you think? If you fall in love and a girl likes you and you like her, and then what? You guys gonna get married? Of course you're not. Maybe 6 months later, 2 months later, 2 weeks later, you don't like each other that much anymore, and you move on. So unless the first girl that the boy meets marries her, of course you're going to break up. It's just, for everybody is the same. So naturally I have broken up too. But it never hurt me. Like, of course it did. Of course it did. The serious ones, of course it did. But it never was something that it ever expressed itself as it's the end of anything. It just was painful. Okay. And to me, pain was part of life. Some things are painful. but didn't mean that it's supposed to mean something, that I'm supposed to be stuck, I'm supposed to be, yeah, I would feel the same thing that everybody else would feel, but short of the fact that that feeling would mean that I should not continue on with whatever it is that I want to achieve in life, or know that, didn't even think that other girl, not girl, but just go on and things will come around, and it always did. So I guess maybe I was just a little bit different by thinking that no relationship is detrimental. Always thought it's painful. Naturally, many of us are romantic and we love our women and we are attached to her and we think of her the world and respect her, love her, and all that so forth at the time that we are together. And no difference in me. I loved romance and adored women, and my girlfriends were always special to me and always treated special. But when it didn't work, it wasn't like, okay, it's all pain and discomfort, but there was no question about not going through with it. Oh yeah, okay, painful, I gotta go to school. Painful, I gotta go to work. It's uncomfortable, I kept doing what I had to do. It wasn't like something that it could have any power to stop me from whatever it is, but I could feel the pain, you know? It's like you have something, you know, hit in your arm and, you know, you've got, an arrow in it, but you still know you gotta do the things, you know? I don't know, chop the carrots, cook the food, and go hunt or go do whatever it is you do. You got, you know, there was no question about, because of this, then I will not do things I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The pain is there, okay, it's got its place, but do the things you gotta do, because they have their own place and necessities to be attended to. And that way you're living. And nothing can stop you while you're a human being. You feel the pain, you feel the challenge, but you keep dealing with it as well. Not that, okay, it's pain, therefore let me just fall in here and just be depressed forever. No. You find your sadness, your depressing time, but you always remember, I must overcome this. I can feel the pain, it's okay. I can feel sadness, okay. I'm depressed, that's okay. But always say, I can deal with it. I can get out of it. I can move on. What things can I do to move on? What things can I do to deal with this? I feel it, but what can I do? Look, you got a cut. And say, okay, I see the cut, the bleeding. Now, what can I do? Okay, I got to put, you know, clean it up and maybe put, I don't know, polysporin on it or some kind of a, you know, sterilizing thing. And maybe clean it with alcohol and put, you know, old time to mercurochrome, I guess, something like that. We used to call it the red stuff to disinfect it. Or whatever it is, and then put a Band-Aid on it. So we would deal with it. Not like, okay, it's bleeding. Okay, let's bleed. What good? It won't fix by itself. You gotta do something. Keep it clean, keep it covered. Same thing. Pad it up, cushion it. Same thing. You feel depressed, you feel sad, okay, cushion it. Tell yourself, okay, this is temporary. This is part of life. I'm going to be okay. There are other girls. There are other possibilities and things I got to accomplish. Remember, I wanted to do that accomplishments, that project, that job, that money. I wanted to make that, you know, things that I wanted to pursue. I still got to do that. Well, yeah, it's painful, but I still got to, because life goes on. I want to build. I don't want to lose opportunities that I need to take care of just because I'm depressed, just because I broke up. Because once, and I know I will not be feeling this way all the time. Once these feelings go away, I don't want to look back and say, oh shit, I missed the time, because while I was depressed or broken up and going through those feelings, I didn't attend to the things that I should have attended, my job, my studies, my exams, and I lost the opportunity for the results that I was looking for if I would have done what I had to do at that time. I took a break from them, so I allowed my breakup to actually make my projects suffer, my life, what I wanted to build, suffer, my opportunities to go away, my job, I lost it, my exam, I failed in it. So I didn't just break up, because the breakup by itself, eventually it will go away and get healed. But I allowed the breakup to actually fuck up my life because I couldn't focus on the fact that this will be fine. I just got to deal with it. I clean it, I pat it, I cover it, and I go on to the hunt, to my life, to keep doing and attending to my duties and responsibilities. That's the way you should deal with it. Otherwise, you can be incapacitated in everything that happens in your life. A funny thing is that, God forbid, somebody in your family dies, eventually you come to terms with it and say, okay, I mean, what's more important than family? Your father dies, or your mother dies, or your children, or your spouse, and you come to terms with it eventually, as awful as it sounds. But then a girlfriend breaks up, you suddenly think that's the end of the world. And she's thankfully alive, doing her things, and you're alive, other opportunities, and there are so many other girls or opportunities out there for both of you, and suddenly you think, what, that's the end of it? But the ones that actually ended do not represent end for you. You can handle it, but the one that is actually in the life is not ended. The what is actually make everything else happen, which is your lives, is not ended, but you actually feel that the life has ended. When your parents or somebody close dies and their life is ended, you don't think it's the end of anything to stop you from your life. It doesn't end anything for you. But when a relationship ends and you're both still alive, can experience all the other opportunities and go on, you think something has ended, which is your life. And you lay there in your bed all day long, do nothing. And you allow your jobs to be suffering, your exams, whatever it is that you were trying to accomplish, suffer. And when that real pain goes away and you don't even think about that breakup anymore, you still have to pay for the consequences of your lack of attention to what is most important, which was your job, your exams, your studies, your projects, whatever it was that you were building. Don't let that happen. Be the boss. All right, Daniel. Was it Daniel that asked a question? No? He just wanted to say thank you. How did we get here then?